Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Estate Agent Success. Today I want to tackle a question that a lot of people are asking, whether you're thinking about getting into the business or if you're already in it and wondering if you should keep going. Is real estate still a good career in Canada in 2025? Now, the headlines are out right now. High interest rates, tougher qualifying rules, slower markets in many areas, affordability issues in many areas throughout Canada, tariff talk, uncertainty with the economic climate. But underneath all of that noise, there is still an answer, that there is some clarity that we can find. And there's some important things that you need to know. So let's dive in. So first, we just need to be honest with the topic. Real estate is not easy in general and is not easy right now, especially. Deals are taking longer and there's less of them happening. Sales volume is down across the majority of Canada. Buyers largely are more nervous and apprehensive of spending money, of getting into a mortgage. Sellers right now can sometimes be unrealistic. They saw numbers that were happening during the COVID years and their expectations were set there, but that's just not the reality anymore. There are actually many agents leaving the business, leaving the industry right now. But that also is what separates career agents from hobby agents. So we're in what I would call right now a professional market. The days of simply throwing a sign up on the lawn and then having 10 offers, multiple offers roll in, that phase is behind us. The need for a professional agent to up their game hasn't disappeared, it's actually gone up. Buyers need guidance to navigate the rates, the inventory, the affordability issues. Sellers need help and input in pricing properly, in staging their home and getting it ready for sale, and negotiating wisely. So as a whole, the real estate market has really just shifted. So it's the agent that is educated, that is proactive, that is willing to adapt, that's focused on service and not just transactions. Those are the ones that are thriving and can really still be very successful even in today's market. So let's run through just a few key shifts that matter right now. First of all, interest rates, they have somewhat stabilized here in Canada. They're still higher than our recent all-time lows that we've seen and experienced a few years ago. Buyers, though, are starting to get recalibrated and used to this. The shock factor of that rate hike has been taken into account now, and it's been understood now largely by buyers. Monthly affordability is still tight, but serious buyers that are wanting to get into the market are now adjusting their expectations. Now, government regulations do continue. The foreign buyer ban that's present in many markets, anti-flipping rules, underused housing taxes. So you need to be knowledgeable on this stuff, particularly in your market where you're working. It's part of your value. You need to be able to communicate on these topics when they arise with the consumer. Another shift is that technology is really driving client expectations. And what I mean by that is buyers and sellers, they expect fast communication and professional service. A lot of people are asking, can you still make good money in real estate in Canada as a career? And the short answer is yes. But you have to be honest with yourself about what it takes. It's not easy money. You don't just get your license and the deals start falling in your laps. According to CREA, the provincial stat, the average income across all agents in Canada is fairly modest. But 20% of producers are still earning very strong six-figure incomes. So the gap between part-timers, hobby agents, and full-time professionals, that's what's widening. This is a career where skill and consistency and work ethic really impact your income. And if you want a set it and forget it job, this just isn't it. If you're willing to treat it like a business and work on it every single day and put the hours in that it's required, then there's still excellent opportunity to make a good living in real estate in Canada. A topic that many don't really consider is the mental game. Real estate really requires emotional durability. So can you stay together when a deal falls apart and it's midnight? Can you keep prospecting, start the next day when you haven't even had a closing in the last 60 days? Can you stay focused on building relationships even when it feels like no one is buying or selling homes? Mindset is more important now than ever. A positive mindset and just keeping at it and working hard. The agents who succeed this year are the ones who will play the long game. There are still opportunities to be had in this career here in Canada. And one little niche opportunity that really propelled my career is focusing on a smaller market, a secondary city. Smaller markets have less agents working in them. That means less competition. Big market cities have the most agents working in them, so there's just more competition, of course. Another opportunity is really leaning into YouTube videos, social media videos. Agents that build these media platforms are generating leads organically, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money in advertising. So is real estate still a good career in Canada? Yes, for the right person. If you are humble and coachable and teachable, if you're willing to adapt, if you can take your personal ownership of your business seriously, if you're a self-motivated person, you don't need someone to get you out of bed in the morning and go to work. You want to work on it, and if anyone's going to succeed at this business, it's going to be you. If that's your mindset, then yes, you can do it. If you focus on providing value and not just chasing the next deal, you can absolutely build a fantastic career in real estate, even in a challenging year. If you're thinking about getting into real estate or you're already licensed but wondering how to grow, I'd be happy to set up a conversation and talk about how Real Broker really has propelled my business and what it would look like if you plugged your business into the brokerage model and whether or not it would be a good fit for you.